Good evening and a very warm welcome to each one of you present today. And thank you so much for making it to today's session. Could I request all of you to please turn on your video so that we can get to know each other? I'm Anantika Sethi, a senior year student at ISDI, and I hope you all are safe at home and doing well. I know it's a little disheartening that we could not meet in person, but yet on the brighter side, I'm super excited to be here with you all. Over the next 1 hour, we are going to go through some of the fun journey, experiences, memories we've had at ISDI and get your fresh insight on the same. Have a small Q&A session with my fellow ISDI friends and have a small rapid fire at the end. Feel free to drop in any questions you have over the seminar to ISD Krish, and we'll make sure we get back to you all. And also, I have to introduce you to two very passionate ISD freshmen who are yet in the 12th grade and here with us, and art lovers who are going to be joining. So let me begin by welcoming you to Tanushree Beth. Tanushree is a student of La Martine for Girls Kolkata who intends to become a fashion stylist. She has a flair for music and singing and has a niche for creating anything out of waste. So, welcome, Tanushree, and stay still because we have a small surprise for you.
Hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. I'm Tanushree Baid, a
Anjali
student of
Sanu of our school, La Martine for Girls, Kolkata, will be joining ISDI. Our greetings to Dr. Indu Shahani, Siddharth, and the team of faculty at ISDI. Tanushree is a very talented girl, good in singing, and she's a good artist, and I'm sure she will do you proud. Our very best wishes to Tanushree as she looks forward to shaping her dreams through her course at ISDI. God bless you, Tanushree. Thank you.
I hope this was quite a surprise for
Genius,
you, Tanushree.
very hardworking,
It
and
is
witty.
indeed.
This is how I would describe my pretty princess Tanushri. Tanushri from the very beginning was very creative, कुछ ना कुछ करती रहती थी. And I'm sure having got her admission at the SD Mumbai, all her dreams will come true. Wishing her all the best. I love you, my princess.
Hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. I'm Tanushree Baid, the student of La Martine for Girls, Kolkata, still awaiting for my 12th board examinations. Apart from designing, music and singing interests me a lot. I also enjoy watching movies. I love spending time with my family. And I'm a street foodie. Mumbai is a city of dreams, and I'm eagerly waiting to fulfill mine through ISD. Thank you.
Thank you, Tanushree. It's so wonderful to have you here with us. Next, I would love to call upon Aryan. Aryan is a student of La Martine for Boys Kolkata who's aiming to pursue communication design at ISD. He takes great interest in all things around Elon Musk, and he can go on for hours if you ask him anything. So, welcome, Aryan.
Thank you so much, Anantika. I'm Arjun Dhanka, freshman at SD, also studying in the Martna, but for boys. Make sure that you know that. I'm in class 12. I'm a sports enthusiast, mainly watching F1 and football. I take great interest in reading books about design. Currently reading the book by Ellen Lupton, Design Thinking, and I'm extremely fascinated by it.
So, Aryan, all eyes on the screen because we have something for you too.
Hello, good evening. I'm extremely delighted to know that Aryan is going to be associated with your college next few years as a student. I take the moment to wish him the very best for his future endeavor. Aryan is an extremely polite, well behaved, and helpful person. Throughout his school life, I have seen him going out of the way to help his friends, his teachers. He has always been ahead to take responsibilities and he has fulfilled them to the best of his ability. In class as a student, he has been extremely focused. He has been a very diligent worker. He has asked very pertinent questions on topics taught in class. And whatever subject he has tackled with sincerity and focus. He has a creative eye, and we have seen him fulfill many tasks for the school as a part of the camera club. I wish him the very best in his future life. And all I can say to the college that is taking him as a student, that he's going to do you proud. He's going to be an asset to your college, and he will really bring in a huge fame to any institution he's associated with. Aryan, to you, I say all the best. Enjoy your college life. We are living in very trying situations. It is not the way a student would have ever envisaged a normal life. But this new normal will be the norm for the future. So make the best of it. Stay safe. Enjoy your college. And all the very best to you. May God bless you.
Aryan, I'm taking this opportunity today to tell you how much you are loved and appreciated for the special child that you are. So loving, so caring, independent and sensitive that you've always been. I know you're very excited to begin a new chapter in your life at ISDI, and I wish you all success in your life. Bless you, Beta.
Thank you so much.
I wish to help get you some smile on your face.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Tanushree and Aryan, for joining us today while you're midst preparing for your exams. And let's get the show started. So over to you guys.
Well, Tanushree, what do you say? We've been very pleasantly surprised there.
We were indeed.
So tell me, what made you choose design?
So creativity runs in my family. A favorite of my art teachers in school and famous amongst my friends for gifting them with beautiful cards and creative hampers has always given me enough motivation to try my stint at designing. And with ISDI to guide me, I want to excel at fashion styling. What about you, Aryan? What made design stand out for you?
Your principal has a lot of good things to say about you. Yeah,
So does your geography teacher, no doubt.
Yeah, so design actually started in class 9 for me when I was hoping to create a Twitch channel. And I wondered how I could make the channel art for it. Now, because I knew Photoshop from a very young age, I made my own art. As my teacher mentioned, I joined Camera Club in class 10, learned how to do more advanced design over there, helped the school create the school calendar, the school diary cover. Now, thankfully, I'm a core committee member of the Camera Club, and I will really, really miss it. Now, when COVID-19 hit, I was wondering what to do with all the free time I had. And in lockdown, I learned Illustrator to better express my creativity. Anyway, Tanushree, I heard you're a winner of Style It Up. Tell me, how was your experience?
So Style It Up was my first fashion styling event I ever took part in, and it was awesome. I qualified round 1 and 2. Few seniors helped us in round 2 by suggesting us certain outfits or giving us idea how to style them. And for round 3, we had to dress ourselves and make a small reel, 15-second reel on the topic, A New Earth. I made reels for the very first time and I enjoyed shooting it. In the category of styling, 5 winners were chosen and I was one of them. So I enjoyed every bit of the event and it was an exciting journey which ISDI led me through. Aryan, I heard you are good at screen printing. So tell me, what led you into it?
Congratulations, Tanushree. I never knew that about you. Anyway, so I got into screen printing a year back when I was actually organizing a fest. And I went to the shop and I saw that screen printing was a thing. I got fascinated, saw YouTube videos, and finally ended up with this design on a sample tee I made.
Amazing. That's too good.
Thank you so much. I'm really looking forward to excelling at ISDI, and I wonder what college life holds for us.
Even I'm looking forward for my college life at ISDI. So now let's learn who our amazing panel of seniors are to answer our questions about student life at ISDI.
Firstly, we have Anantika Sethi, as you heard. She's a fourth-year communication design student who believes in viewing the world through the lens of design. And we would be extremely, extremely honored to welcome her.
Thank you, Arjun.
Well, Anantika, don't go anywhere. We have a surprise for you too.
She's a president. She always was, and she always will be, and remembered as such by all of us. It's amazing to work with her, to be around her. She combines this very professional air with calm, and is very persuasive as a people's person, which is quite amazing. And she brings this perfect balance to always to everything that she does. And it's so interesting to see the kind of work that she's managed to achieve while actually doing so many other things that she's been a part of. Congratulations. We look forward to all the great things that she will achieve in the future. Thank you.
We also have with us Hriday Kanakia. Hriday is a second-year strategic design and management student who is an avid reader and also a business, tech, and design enthusiast. We are extremely excited to have him with us today.
Thank you, Tanushree.
Hriday, we have a surprise for you too. Please hold on.
Hello, Hriday. I hope you and your family are doing well. Hriday, I must tell you that you have some very, very strong indicators that every strategist should have. You are that ideal persona that we require in the strategic design management program. You have done really well in the last 2 semesters. Your quality of asking questions and being curious in every class is wonderful. So please make sure you continue doing that. You have amazed me with all the work that you have done in the past 2 semesters, and especially in the last semester with the service design project on the music industry. I look forward to mentoring you in the next 2 years. You have a bright career. All the best and stay safe.
Wow, that was really surprising.
We are glad you were surprised with that. Now, we have Nitanya, who is a first-year student who ever since she could imagine wanted to be a successful entrepreneur, designer, and innovator. And we would be deeply honored to welcome her.
Thank you, Aryan.
Well, Nitanya, you haven't been left alone. We have a surprise for you too.
Hi, Natanya. This is Jai Ranjit, your faculty for imaging, as well as the Associate Director of Student Experience at ISDI. And I would just like to say it's been a pleasure working with you this first year. Your performance has been fantastic, and I'm very glad to see that your ability to think, your ability to work with research, and to put together your concepts in such an elaborate way is shining, shining, shining. I can't wait to see what you do next. I'm very, very glad to see that you're really putting your best foot forward at every stage and being the leader that you need to be when you need to be that leader. So good luck, and can't wait to see what you have coming up.
You know, Aryan, we've got such talented seniors, and I'm sure their work must be articulate. What do you think?
I genuinely do think so as well. And I really want to ask them a couple of questions. So let's ask Anantika about her experience. Anantika, you had your final placement at Mondelez, which is the parent company of Cadbury India. Congratulations. So please tell us about your exciting memories of SD.
Let me take this opportunity to go ahead and share my screen as I take you through my journey. Let me know when my screen is up.
You can go ahead.
So I got placed at Mondelez as I started interning with them last year as a third year student. And my life at ISDI went way beyond classrooms. I took the initiative to take all the opportunities that were given to me at college and went ahead, be it part of student council activities or to student exchange program, which was in Netherlands. I think all these experiences helped me curve my journey into a constant learning and growth, be it was in college or outside college. There was a lot of industry experience, which I think really helped me because I never missed the chance to attend any single guest speaker, guest stalwart that we had. And even if it was not from my specialization, I took that opportunity because I think as a designer, we have to be versatile. So all these people had something or the another from their story that helped me build my work, my portfolio, improve on it. And like this was a fangirl moment from me when the team from Snapchat was here and I actually got to meet them. I was all fangirling over them. Then the Parsons Connect, even though this time they couldn't come to India, but that didn't stop me from going to them or they're giving me their feedback. As a final year student, I had to work on my thesis project, and constantly I had support from the communication design department, Dean Pascal, who constantly guided me, helped me, gave me inputs on all of them. So I think the connects, the exposure has helped me bring and work on my portfolio. I would like to take this opportunity to even show you one or two of my projects. This was a third year project, sustainable packaging, where I didn't just look at the outer aesthetic. I tried to make a sachet that could turn into a cup on pouring hot water. And I think it was very fascinating because I wasn't just seeing the outer look. I actually got into the cost part of it and how it would work from the industry point of view. So I think people at ISDI, all faculties, not only from communication design, but it was a chance where in cross discipline, I got to speak to product design faculty here who helped me think from the material point of view. So it's a constant learning. Like you can just go to any faculty, walk in, ask them questions, and sometimes you even ask them questions at really odd hours, and they've never said no. So I think all these things really help me, just get more inclined, put in my best to work. This was a social campaign, again, a third year project, where, at ISD, something which has really helped me work and even in my professional work really helped me that we don't just look at one subject, we see the holistic view that even if it's a campaign design, we'll, take into consideration everything we've learned. We won't forget that if it's a social design campaign, you forget about colors, you forget about type. So all this integrates and helps us create a better platform. Like this was something which I wanted to give back to the society. I wanted to set up a portal where we all know that the society has unrealistic beauty standards. So I wanted to do something about it. And I could speak to any faculty, get their viewpoint that, do they face it? So I think that constant connect, that is the rapport between student and teacher, is something which has really helped all of us, work better and, get a better understanding as to what is needed out in the industry. And it was not just in college project. Even with chances to work outside. I work for a nutraceutical company and it's out there in Amazon and Flipkart market. So it was definitely a proud moment for me that, apart from college, I could even, work on projects that are going live. And that's where my early industry journey started. So this is something that, by then or fourth year I realized was so important because right from my first year, every year, be it first year, your observership, which was for a small duration, went on to a sophomore apprenticeship and internship. So every year, the little period that we worked help us get that industry exposure and actually, live in the professional life so that when we graduate, we're not just thrown on. We already feel ready. So it wasn't like, oh, where am I thrown? I was already mentally prepared because all these years in a little amount, I got that professional experience. I got to balance and understand what is the professional world actually like. And that's where the Mondelez journey happened. As Mondelez, Cadbury is one of the brands with a lot of brands like Oreo, Pork, Gems, and so on. And I'm working there as a UI UX and visual designer, and all my learnings that were there in college have helped me build the products I am working there, build the apps, everything. And I realized that process is so important. So many times in college we were just like, the process is not the pretty part, it's not the aesthetic part, but I realized process is the main part which is going to help me end up at the last goal. And that is something I followed for my portfolio also while working. Even in first year, while I was applying to internship, I kept in mind that, I keep my neat, clean, pretty drawings, but I take them through the entire journey. So I think this is one learning tip you guys can follow when you come to college in another few months. And I think that's really going to help you. uh, it even taught me to balance the business, all the data, the things that scare us, and how, as designers, we actually play such an important role. We actually help bridge this balance. So many times we are unaware about the power of design. And I realized that now these people actually wanted us to help them deliver objects, work on the finance app, work on data which was filled with numbers, filled with things which people wouldn't want to see. But as designers, we come in, we amalgamate and help, make better apps for them, better services for them. So it's been a wonderful journey. So I think for me, the 4 years wasn't like going to a lecture and, just attending classes for the sake of it. But I think every day was a memory. Every day was something that I've learned something new. I've, gained insight, made friends, spoken to new people. So I think it just didn't end at 4 years. I think there are memories that I'm going to take like eternally. So yeah, that was my journey at ISDI.
Congratulations, Anantika, and all the best for your future. So, next we have is Hriday. So, Hriday, tell me about your journey from first year studies to strategic design management and your activities at ISDI, of course.
Sure, I'll just share my screen. So, hi, I'm Hriday Kanakya, and as Tanushree mentioned, I am a sophomore year strategic design student, and I am a voracious reader, a musician, a sort of, what do you say, like the person who loves to read about finance, business, and likes to be updated with everything and so on. So, let me tell you about my first year journey. So in foundation year, we learned a lot about skill building, material handling, software basics, and drawing, which I was decently average at. But something that really struck within me was the critical thinking aspect of design. And this is why I wanted to pursue strategic design management ahead in my second year. Apart from that, foundation year was a blend of studies from all of the disciplines, and we were allowed to venture out into the city of Mumbai, exploring art, museums, local markets, and places of attraction from where we could get inspiration in order to take it further in our designs. So, how I chose SDM was because it was an amalgamation that fulfills my love for business, strategy, and creativity, and it does not restrict me to my discipline and gives me the opportunity to learn and explore. So about the curriculum, it's the backbone of all design disciplines. It is very research process and critical thinking oriented, which is the starting points of any design process. Just like Anantika mentioned, it's a multidisciplinary discipline where it has elements out of each discipline, from communication design, product design, interior design, and fashion design. So let me tell you something about the activities that I've done while I'm at ISDI. So this is one of the most research and very social design oriented projects that I had done, which was in the event of Design the Globe. So we built together a strategy for Maharashtra, and we were working towards the agricultural sector in Maharashtra. This is something which built a lot of empathy and understanding in design, which is very crucial as a designer, as a soft skill that you need to have. Now, moving on, the most brilliant part of my journey was when I entered into Asia's largest business model competition held by the ECEL at IIT Bombay. This is independently accredited by CNN and Thomson Reuters. Whatever I had learned in the strategic design management program, I got to take this forward in this business model competition along with my peer, Siddhi Mahajan, my classmate. We participated in this competition for 5 long months, and let me tell you, I'm glad to announce that I and Siddhi, we made it to the top 7 finalists in the fintech track of this prestigious competition. Thank you, and that's all from my side.
Thank you so much, Hriday. That was really, really interesting. And I relate with you being average at drawing. Anyway, moving on, we have Nathaniel, who, while at school, was very sure of pursuing fashion communication. She is currently interning with Mumbai Fashion Week, and I would love to ask her about her experience at that internship and her life at SD.
First of all, congratulations, Arjun and Tanushree. You guys are doing very well. Also, welcome to the batch of 2025. It's very exciting having you guys here. My name is Nitanya Ghosh, and I'm currently a first-year student at ISDI. I currently reside in Pune, and I have been very sure about fashion communication and styling. Actually, I wanted to get into the fashion industry, which is why I chose ISDI. But I always knew that I didn't want to be a designer. So I started exploring different options, such as fashion marketing or fashion buying, which is what led me to ISDI eventually. So I currently work intern at Mumbai Fashion Week as a outreach and sponsorship intern, as well as social media. And it's been a fun journey at ISDI as well. So everything this past year has been virtual. I think we were the first batch that came in, and the entire thing was virtual. I've actually never been on the campus of ISDI, but let me tell you, ISDI manages everything very, very well. So in the past year, we've actually celebrated everything right from Halloween to Holi virtually. Of course, our virtual classrooms have been a lot of fun. And I don't think the design teachers, who are all designers themselves, and our mentors have ever compromised on anything because it's virtual. And also Inferno, I got selected as a marketing coordinator at ISDI at Inferno, and I also participated in Design the Globe with Hriday this year, and everything's been virtual and everything's been quite fun lately. So it's going great. And yeah, learning at ISDI has been amazing this past year. We have, it's a foundation year. So everyone's in the same class, everyone's learning the same thing in the foundation year. And yeah, everything's been great.
Congratulations, Natanya, and all the best for your future. Hope you do well. So Aditi Shukla asked the question, if how do we pronounce ISDI? So it's ISDI. It's ISDI, of course, but it's ISDI. That's how we pronounce it. Moving on. Yes,
Yeah,
Arun, you'd like to
you
say
can
something?
call it SD as well. But sorry, ISD as well.
ISDI
But SD just sounds cooler.
It does. So moving on, I have a fun question to ask everyone. So did you all know that Gujarat and Maharashtra were one state, and then later in 1960 they got separated? So Maharashtra tourism had this old historical logo for past several years, and recently a group of talented designers from ISDI developed a new logo for MTDC. I would like to invite Anjali Sanu, a fourth-year communication design student from the team of designers. She has an interesting surprise for you. All yours, Anjali.
Hi everyone, I hope you're doing good. My name is Anjali Sanu. As Tanushree mentioned, I'm a fourth year communication design student at ISDI, and I'm here on behalf of my team to give you a little sneak peek of a project that we did for the tourism department of Maharashtra. Having been born and brought up in Maharashtra, like a few of my other teammates, it was truly an honor for us to get an opportunity to redesign the official logo for the Maharashtra Tourism Department Corporation. And the identity was launched by Honorable Tourism Minister Aditya Thackerji, Minister of State Tourism Aditi Thackerji, and Managing Director of NTDC, Mr. Ashutosh Salil. And having been part of 3 government projects last year, I've had a lot to learn from my experiences. And it's been very encouraging to see the active participation of the Maharashtra government in our design process. It was so interesting to see how it's not just private companies who are now interested in design, But the public sector is realizing the importance and value of design and trusting us young designers to help them achieve their goals. And being a part of this project, we were all encouraged to improve on our leadership skills, build on our ability to give constructive feedback, improve on our time management, and most importantly, our ability to work as a team. So before I speak any further, I'm going to request Sir to show you the video, launch video that we made. This was made by our wonderful teammates, and I hope you like it. So you must be wondering, why am I here? So I'm here on this coming Wednesday, that is taking you through our whole branding project, from the brief that we were given, how we made the logo, the illustrations, how we made the video, everything about the project. So if you're someone who's interested in pursuing communication design, or if you're just interested in getting to know about the kind of industry exposure that you'll be getting in ISDI in the future, I'd highly recommend you to come and have a little chit chat session with us on Wednesday. So yes, I'm hoping to see all of you at that event. Bring along some nice snacks to munch and some interesting questions that you may have for us. And yes, thank you.
Thank you so much,
Anjali.
Thank you so much, Anjali, for that. I really, really like the new logo.
Yes, it was really pretty.
Yeah. Now let's move on to the fun section of the entire webinar. Not that the webinar wasn't fun, but this is going to be a little bit more spicy and a lot more fun. We're going to have a rapid fire round where I ask anyone on a panel and they have to answer that question within 10 seconds. Then they get to ask anyone else a question in a relay format. If you have any questions you would like our seniors or us to answer, please send in your questions to ISDI Krish in the chat box. So I would like to ask my first question to Anantika. Which show is the greatest TV show of all time?
Blacklist. Currently the blacklist phase.
Extremely controversial.
So my next question is to Hriday. If your creative work were a song, which one would it be? Dynamite by BTS, or Peaches by Justin Bieber, Rolling in Deep by Adele, or High Rated Gabru by Guru Radhava?
I think it would be Peaches, definitely. Right. My question is to Aryan. So, which of these companies would you like to work at? Facebook, Tesla, Spotify, or Nike?
I think you made it really easy for me to answer this question. It's obviously got to be Tesla. Yeah. I would like to ask this question to Nitanya. Nitanya, which animal would you be?
Oh my God. My friends call me a chipmunk. This is so embarrassing. I don't know why I'm doing this, but they call me Chippy, so I'm a chipmunk because I eat weirdly, apparently. Yeah. My question is actually to Anantika. So when you take on a design project, are you more of a procrastinator or do you take it on immediately?
I definitely take it on immediately. I can't leave it for the last moment. So my question is to Tanushree. One thing that Kolkata has but Mumbai doesn't.
I would say the sweets, the delicious sweets we have. I think that's one thing which I'm sure Mumbai wouldn't have. So my next question is to Hriday. So as you mentioned, you are a food enthusiast. So I have this question particularly for you. If you could pick any three foods to eat a month, what would you choose? Only three foods.
All right. Avocado on toast with eggs Benedict would be one. Second one would be a pizza, and the third one would be burger. Very generic.
Wow, you really didn't took time answering those on spot. Nice.
All right. My question is to Nitanya. So my question to you is, which of these designers would be on your dream team? Sabyasachi, Jonathan Ive, Dieter Rams, or Calvin Klein?
It would definitely be Sabyasachi because I want to get into the fashion and visual communication space. So who better than him? Okay, my question is to Aryan actually. So if today you could go and you could go to one of these three places for design inspiration and you had to choose one today, which one would it be? Goa, Berlin, or Tokyo?
All three have very different aesthetics.
To choose one.
Tokyo. It has to be Tokyo. Yeah, so my question goes to Hriday. Hriday, as you mentioned, you're a huge morning person. You haven't mentioned that. But you also mentioned that you would like to eat pizza, right? So what would you prefer, tea or coffee?
Coffee, definitely.
Yeah, so you aren't going to go with India at all with any of your answers, right?
Oops, my bad. But coffee is there in Karnataka, right?
I have no clue. I believe so, though.
All right. So my question would be to Tanushree. So who is the designer you aspire to be like? Simple.
It's going to be Sabyasachi, always.
Wow.
I really look up to him and he's my favorite designer. So yes, Sabyasachi. My next question is to Anantika. So one place which is on the top of your bucket list to travel and you are eagerly waiting for COVID to, finish and then you can go there.
Definitely Venice. For some reason, I just want to run there.
It is a beautiful place, no doubt. It is.
So I have a next question for Aryan, and describe is the challenge in one word.
Practical.
Makes sense.
Well, how else did you want me to describe it? Yeah. Yeah, I think let's wrap up the rapid fire round there. Tanushree.
Yes, so enough of us asking questions to each other, So we've got a lovely audience who also have interesting questions for us. So let's answer them. What's it?
Sure.
Definitely.
Okay, so there's this one question. Can you tell us something more about the faculty and international experiences offered at ISDI? Open to seniors. So
I think I'd like to take this. I'd like to take this one. I think when it comes to international experiences and exposure, there's a lot to take. Like, as I said, I was also a part of Imagining Tomorrow, which is a student exchange program where we actually got to go to Netherlands and work for one of the projects for their government body. And every year we have that. We also have semester exchanges there, and we can, go and study the semester there, stay for 6 months, work on the kind of projects. As I even mentioned for Parsons, we constantly have them coming here. We have a lot of faculties there, and even right now, when there was lockdown, that didn't stop. Almost every few days, there's some or the another university coming and mentioning about their programs or how portfolios work, or just helping us solve random questions or doubts we have. Look at our work. So I think this constant exposure that we get.
Thank you so much, Anantika. I have a question for Hriday here. What is the difference between doing a course like strategic design management and not business management?
Not business management.
Yeah.
Right. So strategic design management is more about the big picture, and it is through the lens of design. So whenever you go out and design marketing, branding, or any creative strategies, right, there's a whole process that goes into developing that. So a strategic designer manages this entire process and makes a timeline, makes the team come together and be able to produce that kind of a deliverable in a given set period of time and be able to harness that kind of creativity. Traditional managers do not really get that kind of, let's say, creative space working as much as a strategic design manager does, and therefore it's a bit different in those contexts.
Thank you, Hriday. We have this one direct question for Nitanya. What is the difference between fashion design and fashion communications? I think this is an interesting question.
Yeah. So fashion design is basically what designers do. They make the clothing, everything from the design inspiration to the stitching, the production, like not production, but they make the clothing basically, and to say the least. And fashion communication is how the industry functions. So I like to say that it's a mix of business management, communication, and fashion studies. So throughout the process, you'd need fashion researchers and buyers. And then you'd also need business management people to actually go through the process, and fashion business management students exist. And you can also work in fashion media companies when you graduate from an FCS course. And so, which is what I want to do. I want to combine visual communication and fashion studies. So it's basically every single profession in the fashion community and industry, apart from being a fashion designer.
Wow, that's great. Before I move on to the next question, can I please request all of you to sit on your videos? We would love to see you. Yes, Aryan, please continue.
Thank you. Thank you so much. This is an open question to all. Can we get 1 or 2 liner answers for this? Or maybe more if you have more to say. How did you narrow down on your selected specialization?
I think for me, since I always loved playing with colors, I liked dye, packaging always fascinated me. I think it helped me structure that communication design would be for me, because I saw that this is what the course has to offer. So packaging, UI, UX, colors, type, that was all in there in it. So I knew that's my go-ahead key.
So, well, when it came to picking strategic design management, I was pretty clear in my head that what I wanted to do was more towards the thinking part of design. And I wanted to build strategies, I wanted to build business in design, and I wanted to apply design thinking even in existing businesses and other avenues. So, therefore, my choice was very simple, and therefore, I went with strategic design management.
So for me, there's no explanation to why I want to get into the fashion industry. I just always did. But I slowly, when I was growing up, I realized that I didn't want to become a fashion designer per se, or just do that. So I started exploring career options and professions in the industry. And growing up, I've also always been into performing arts and starting my own entrepreneurship club in school. And so I really wanted to get those elements into my profession as well. And so I heard about fashion marketing and buying, which is what I came to ISDI for. But then I think a lot of you will have this experience in the future in your foundation year. You will be talking to a lot of different people, like Anantika said in her presentation, that we talk to literally everyone. So I think the foundation year is really cool, because I was actually confused between communication design and FCS, and then I realized that I actually wanted to serve the fashion industry, but I got to know so much about CD. So that's how I went for FCS. The foundation year will help you for sure.
Yes, it would definitely. So we have this one last question. You have studied in Mumbai. So what's the Mumbai experience like for the design students? It's an open question to everyone.
So studying in Mumbai has been one of the most brilliant experiences that I have had, especially because it's the city that gets to you. It's really, really fast moving. It's really, really, you know, it's the city where creativity, business, everything just happens. And in every, if you look at every corner, there's art, there are museums, there is Marine Drive, there is the entire Bombay life, and that life is what brings the designer out of you more than anything else. And you have to experience it in order to believe it. That's what I would say.
I think I totally agree with Hriday. Like, there's so many people, so many different kind of people, and I think each one of them have their own story, which inspires us designers to actually take up projects and work. And I think Mumbai is even in the midst of all the multinational companies, different big firms and all, which gives us that exposure to easily, reach out to them. And I think the city is just very accessible to everyone.
I haven't been on campus, so I'm sorry I can't answer that question. But ISDI does everything in their power to actually give you the experience that they would in real life. So we're all going to be on campus together next time. So looking forward to that.
We can't wait to meet you here.
But hold on, I have some questions which I think now Aryan and Tanushree can answer and give us a better insight on, because there are a lot of people, your fellow future batchmates, who've asked, and I think you guys would be the best to answer that. Tell me, how did you know that ISDI was the place for you all? Any of you can go ahead.
I think I'll answer this one. Tanushree can add her points to this. As you can see here, ISDI is very, very experience oriented. We haven't even attended a single class, and here we are helping host this webinar. And this was honestly my main criteria. I wanted to learn through experience, not through textbooks. And ISDI does a very good job on it. At it, my bad.
Okay, another question for you guys. What is something you all are most excited about as you start your design journey, and something you're most nervous about?
So I think for me, as I start my design journey, so I'll tell you one thing. So when I chose ISDI, I was clear in my mind that I want to go in the fashion sector. So one thing I'm nervous for, that I shouldn't drift apart from what I chose. Like, I have made my mind that it's going to be fashion. So I don't know what if foundation year interiors interest me more, or communication design interests me more. So I have that fear somewhere. And I'm excited to enjoy the Mumbai life, the journey with ISDI. And I'm really looking forward to my college life with ISDI, yes. A more of a creative journey with them, yes.
I think we are as excited as you all are to have you on campus soon. And there is another question which I think you guys could give a little sneak peek into. What is it something, since a lot of you all are from outstation, you both yourself are from Kolkata, do you think we as seniors can help you with something you think the newbies can, come to us for?
I feel it would be all academic based, and for the ones, of course, like us who are not staying in Mumbai, we could come to you to know more about Mumbai, like where to go, what are the places to visit, and all the fun places, yes, of course. So I think you could help us with that. And obviously interacting with our seniors for academic stuff would also help us, building our portfolio, our projects, everything.
Yeah, I would say the same, but I would also ask all of our seniors to take us out on dinners so that we get to know the city more.
Right.
Yeah. Definitely on it.
Thank you everyone for joining us today. Please take a special care of your families and yourself in times like this. These are very testing times, and we hope to be on campus soon. So, my future batchmates, I hope to see you there.
Take care, everyone, and hope to see you soon.
Stay safe.
And I hope you enjoyed this session with us.
So this brings us to the end of today's session. And well, I surely did have a great time, and I hope you all did too. And thank you all for being such a lovely audience. And I hope to see you all at the next session on the 5th of May. And please feel free to reach out to us anytime for further questions. Till then, have a great weekend and please stay safe and stay home. Thank you.